You've just created an awesome gaming video and you're ready to upload it to YouTube, but how do you go about maximizing its viewership potential? Well, that's why in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys 15 essential tips to make sure you're uploading your gaming videos the right way to YouTube. So jumping into tip number 1 is uploading your gaming videos in 60 FPS. Now, this will depend on the type of game that you're playing, but anything that falls into the category of FPS, racing, or anything with extreme motion in it, you're going to want to have this in 60 FPS so that your viewers can see as many frames as YouTube allows currently to get the most out of their viewing experience. The gold standard for resolution is still 1080p as of today, but if you have the ability to go 4K at 60 FPS, you're going to be setting yourself away from the rest of the pack, as a lot of people don't have the device or even the capabilities to be able to record in that resolution and frame rate. In many ways, you're going to be future-proofing yourself as display technology continues to advance. The next tip I have here for you guys is to create short-form content off of your long-form videos. An easy yet affordable way for you guys to accomplish this is by using our sponsor Nexus Clips. With this tool, you can upload your completed YouTube video and, leveraging the power of AI, find the most highlight-worthy moments from your content. From there, you can select and trim the section that you like the most, then edit the clip to your liking by setting the video picture position and adding subtitles to make the video more dynamic. Once you're finished, you can download or upload your clip directly to YouTube, and then in the YouTube settings of your newly uploaded short, you can tag the associated long-form video to help drive more viewership traffic to it. You guys can check out Nexus Clips using my link in the description below and let me know what you guys think. Next, we're gonna go ahead and actually upload our gaming video to YouTube by just going to our YouTube studio or the YouTube homepage, clicking that little create option, then selecting upload video and dropping your file in. Within here, the first thing we're going to want to address is optimizing our title. Here, of course, you're going to need to use your creativity, but I would say as a good rule of thumb, it's good to include elements that are a part of your video idea, such as news, maybe it was a tutorial, a guide, speed run, funny moments, a challenge. The other part to optimizing your title is determining whether or not you want to make it a searchable video or one that is clickable. What do I mean by those two things? Well, for example, a searchable title would say How to Platinum Elden Ring Best Guide, compared to a clickable one that might say I got GTA 7. Wait, I'm ahead of myself. This example would say I got GTA 6 early. Here are my thoughts. One of those people are gonna actively search over a period of time, and another one of those is gonna be clicked on more immediate because it may be more intriguing to watch that video for fun, or it's something that's very relevant at the time. Whatever title that you end up crafting, definitely leverage free AI tools such as ChatGPT and Google Gemini to help you improve the title so that it's most tailored to your audience and even get great alternatives. The last thing I recommend you do with your title is to throw it in a tool like Readability, because this will tell you how readable it is to a particular age group. You don't want to have a title that's too hard to read, as that will also detract people from clicking on your video. The next tip I have here is setting your video details. The important ones you're going to want to pay attention to as a gaming creator is first selecting the game that you're playing in the video that you're uploading. YouTube gives you the ability to select that the video is gaming related and then to choose the specific title. Doing this is an easy way to help YouTube categorize what you're playing on their platform. You also want to set your video to not made for kids. And just because you set your video to not made for kids doesn't mean kids can't watch it, but you're not trying to say that only kids should be watching this video. The other setting in here is for enabling automatic chapter markers. If your video gets big enough, this setting allows YouTube to put in their own timestamps for where certain things happen in your video. But typically my recommendation, especially for newer gaming creators, is to just have this turned off, because YouTube doesn't always get it right, and you can put in your own chapter markers anyways, which I'll show you guys how to do in a little bit in this video. The other video detail to look at are tags. Tags can be found in the video details section, but YouTube admits themselves that they don't do a ton with these and that they're most beneficial for common misspellings. Regardless though, if you're a small channel, I'd still say it's worth giving a little attention to. A couple tricks that you can do is to simply get tags by using ChatGPT. You can tell it what your video is about and to generate tags for you that you can copy and paste directly into the tag section of your video details. The next tip I have here for you guys is uploading your video unlisted. So go ahead and publish your video in unlisted status. It will not push it out to all of your subscribers yet, but what you will see if you allow this process to fully complete, your video is going to be uploaded in the best quality possible for when those first viewers watch your content, and you're going to be able to look out for copyright issues with your video. If something pops up, you'll be able to take it down rather quickly, fix the issue without it already being live, and then having to take it down and re-upload it. And it's not a good start to your video upload. The other benefit to doing this is that YouTube has time to analyze your video data so that it has more information to push your video out to the correct audience. Up next is customizing your video description. This is an area that YouTube does leverage as metadata for where to push out your content. And it's amazing how many people are lazy with this. I know the video seems like the most important thing, but if you're not putting at least some information as to what your video is about, then you're really leaving growth opportunity on the table. My recommendation is, if you are lazy about it, at least just use ChatGPT, have it write you 1 to 3 sentences for what your video is about. You can copy that and paste it into your description, but just look out that at least there's keywords about the game or what you're doing, and you can even actually hashtag some of these keywords. These hashtags are actually searchable, where your video will show up with other videos that are using the same hashtag. I wouldn't do more than 3 to 5 hashtags just not to overdo it, but again, this is another great way to help YouTube categorize where your video should be pushed to. Now, depending on your content, you may want to add your own timestamps to your description. So to do that, all you need to do is just type in 0:00 and then whatever your point in the video is. Click enter, type the time for when the next thing is about to happen in your video and what that thing is, and then just go line by line by line until you're done with your video. This can definitely be a very powerful tool to use, especially if you're doing a long video, but just try not to give your video away with the timestamps. Now, if every single upload that you're doing, you're starting your description from scratch, then you need to set up some defaults for your videos. So to do that, you just need to go to your settings, go to upload defaults, and in this first tab, this is where you can put in the description that would be used for each and every video. You can put in links to your socials, affiliate links, creator code, maybe your business email address. That content is reused every single video, so this is where you put it so that you don't have to keep pasting it in every time. Another setting you can play around with here is the content moderation function, because we all know how toxic the gaming community can get sometimes. So if you jump over to the community moderation tab, still within the channel settings area, scroll down to the bottom of the automated filters page, you can set keywords for any toxic language towards yourself or a game to be blocked if someone tries to leave a comment with those words in it. Something else you guys can check under the defaults tab is setting the level of moderation for your comments as a whole. Usually the basic one tends to be good enough, but if you want, you can increase the strictness and review more suspect comments manually. Up next, we have making competitive thumbnails. Back in your video details under the video's description, you will have 3 different options for setting a thumbnail. The auto-generated one will require the least amount of effort, but guys, please don't use this option. Put in some effort, make some nice custom thumbnails. You guys can use free editing software such as Photopea, Pixlr, and they have the core functionalities that Photoshop has. You just have to take the time to learn the software. I've done videos on this channel on how to create nice gaming thumbnails, but it's worth it. If you want to take it a step further, use the A/B thumbnail testing feature within YouTube. With this, you can upload up to 3 different thumbnails to test which ones foster the highest amount of watch time. The thumbnails you test can be similar, but ideally you should make them different enough to vary your results. Now, YouTube is rolling out an enhancement of this feature where, in addition to the 3 thumbnails you get to test, you'll be able to also test 3 different title combinations with or without thumbnails. The next tip I have for you guys is including in-screen elements. Within the details section of your YouTube video, if you go on the right-hand side, you're gonna see an option to edit your end screens. Here, I recommend adding 1 in-screen element that's either set to best for viewer or a specific video. And the reason why you want to leave this at just 1 in-screen element is so you don't have the viewer trying to think about which video they want to watch next. You're basically making the decision for them so they don't have to think about it and they can just go to that next video. Another great way to also incorporate binge-worthy content on your channel is to put your video into playlist. In your video details, you can find the playlist section, select the drop down, and you can easily create a new playlist and select the playlist to add the video to. This is an excellent way to organize different topic matters on your channel into certain buckets. These can also be added to your channel page. So when people go to your channel, they can see the different things that you talk about so they can get an idea for what your channel is about. The other great thing to this is if they go into the playlist link or a link to a video in that playlist, they're gonna get all of the other videos in the playlist. So after they watch one, it's gonna go to the next, and then the next, and then the next, and the next, and so on. The next tip I have here for you guys is around accessibility and captions. Each video that's uploaded to YouTube that has speech in it, YouTube does their own processing in the back end to transcribe what you are saying into text so that you have closed captions. This is how viewers that might have a hearing issue can also enjoy your content. Now, the problem here is that the YouTube caption system is not perfect. There can be misspellings, and maybe there's gaming terminology that are not spelled correctly within the captions. Those are things that you can go in and actually fix by going to the languages tab, set the language that you do your videos in, select confirm, then go to edit subtitles, and this is where you can see the transcript of your video to make modification to terms that YouTube may have misspelled. If you would prefer to upload your own custom subtitles, especially if you read off a script, then you can choose the upload manual option. And the main point to take away here for why this is important is because if you have the correct spellings of the game terminology and technical terms, this is metadata that YouTube will use to help figure out where your video should be going into which audience. Up next, we have auto language dubbing. An example of a gaming channel that's currently using this feature is Sparkle. He does videos in Spanish, but they're auto dubbed in English.
No hace nada contra mí, y creo que ni el escudo ni el arco explosivo. Vea.
Look, it's capable of destroying fortifications, everything. Even the character is capable of regenerating his health, something never seen before in Gears.
This is something you can turn on by going to your YouTube settings, upload defaults, advanced settings, and if you scroll down a little bit, you're gonna see automatic dubbing. If your videos are set up to have automatic dubbing, you can go back to the settings of the particular video that you uploaded, go to the language tab again, and you're gonna see under the translation section all of the languages that are now dubbed over your voice. Come on now, we are making our viewership worldwide at this point. Up next, we have posting a pinned comment. As soon as your video goes live, you should have a comment ready that you can post and pin to your video. Don't overthink this too much. It can be a question for your audience, a link to somewhere, maybe additional context of your video that you might not have touched on. Shoot, you can use it for a channel update. It's better to have some comment there than nothing at all, as it does foster more engagement on your video. The next tip here is monitoring your video. If viewers are commenting on your video, you should be trying to reply to as many of them as humanly possible, if not all of them. The other thing here is around performance. Sometimes people feel like maybe they uploaded a dud of a video, just an absolute L. My advice to you guys is to let YouTube do its thing. I've had plenty of instances, even with my own content, where YouTube just needs more time to push my video out to the right audience. It might not happen in the first couple days or a week, or maybe not even a month. But if you give YouTube a chance, you might be surprised in the viewership that you get down the line. After you give some time for your gaming video to be up on YouTube, it is now time to do a review of your analytics. One of the simplest ways you can do this is by reviewing your retention metrics to see how long on average did people stay and watch your video. What part of the video shows people dropping off? Where do you see people skipping throughout the video the most? Another metric you all should be checking are your views from impressions by going over to the Reach tab, and your impressions represent how many times YouTube has shown your video thumbnail to potential viewers. The impressions click-through rate represents the percentage of viewers that clicked on your video based on the total number of impressions. So for a good click-through rate, you typically want to fall between 4 and 10%. If you have a high click-through rate and a high average view duration, your video is freaking crushing it. But if these numbers are on the lower end for you, then you need to keep working on the quality of your thumbnails, titles, and even the video topic selection. And you know what? You might find throughout looking at your data that your video wasn't as successful as you thought it was. I don't recommend deleting your video. I would just say use this as a learning opportunity to make your videos in the future better. Thank you guys for staying to the very end of the video. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know which tip was the most valuable for you, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.